We're all living a lie. America, our beloved country, is dying by the death of 1,000 cuts. Violence, corruption, illegal immigration, crooked politicians, out of control taxes. It must stop. American patriots, it's time to stand up and speak out. Together, we can restore its greatness. Choose a leader who loves our country. Unite, take action, and let's make America great again. Our home depends on it. This is more than a book. It's a call to arms.
Hello there, fellow Americans, young and old, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians. This is for everybody. This is something for everybody should know and should think about it and react to it. Today we're going to have a very, very controversial, to say the least, subject to talk about it. It's about politicians and the way they are elected. So it's going to be a very interesting day. But before I even get started, I just want to give you something to think about. Thomas Jefferson, our third president, and the author of the Declaration of Independence, a very, very smart young man. He was 33 years old when he wrote it, 33 years old. He used to say, when the government is afraid of the citizens, it's called a democracy. When the citizens are scared and afraid of the government, it's called a tyranny. I want you to think about it. How do you feel? How did you feel until a year ago, during the Joe Biden administration? For me, I was scared, and I'm still scared. I'm still not totally feel free to talk about my feelings, about what I think about politicians, what I think about the economy, or whatever. I'm not comfortable to talk in public because I don't know who they talk to, and I don't want to be hit in the mouth or God knows what, and burn down my car. So, yeah, I think we're in between democracy and tyranny, and hopefully with President Donald Trump, you'll fix this, because the reason we were afraid, and many, I'm not just alone, most of my friends, and we saw what happened to President Donald Trump with the 4 indictments and 91 counts, all criminal indictments. So this scares anybody. They can do this to an ex-president. They can do it to anybody. So I think that anybody that was involved in bringing the charges against President Donald Trump, the 4 indictments, 91 charges, criminal charges by all means, and they were involved in it, if they found guilty, they should be charged with treason. Because what they did, they interfered with the presidential election, not in just 2024, in 2016 and 2020, they did it again. So there's no excuses, and the book should be thrown at them. Okay, so everybody learns that the United States is not a corrupt country. Temporarily, we have some corrupt politicians, a lot of them actually. So we had to clean house, and that's very, very important for us. Another example of being corrupt is Congressman Adam Schiff. He is the most despicable congressman today, and it's a sorry excuse for a human being. For years, he kept waving a bunch of papers in front of the TV, looking at us, people, the United States population, and sincerely saying, I got solid evidence that he's guilty. I got solid evidence he's guilty. He's been doing this like 10 years or 12 years. The guy should be in prison. What he did to the people, talking about interference to the presidential election, this guy should be the first one to be charged. So when the investigation will be said and done, I can almost guarantee you that behind all of these things, Hillary Clinton was the headpin. She orchestrated the whole thing. She's perfect for this. She's professional at this. Okay, she's been doing it for so many years. Now going to politicians directly. There are a lot of things that I think they're totally wrong. because congressmen, senators, they get huge benefits besides their salary. Some of these congressmen, they serve for just one term, and they retire and they get pension for the rest of their life for being a congressman or a House representative for one term, 2 years, and they get pension for the rest of their life. The Social Security, the health care is covered, everything is ridiculous. This is unsustainable. In Constitution, it calls for these people, they come from the private industry, private life, to serve, not self-serve, to serve the people for a term or 2 or 3, whatever it is, but not to give them all these benefits and not to give them benefits afterwards. It calls these people, after they finish their term, whatever my term might be, go back to your private life, and that's it. You don't get another penny for the government. I mean, you talk about thousands of employees, ex-congressmen and ex-senators, and they get benefits. Where does money come from? It's our hard-earned money, our tax money that should go for better things, not to give these politicians for nothing. Let them go back where they came from. Be a lawyer, be a businessman, or whatnot. You know, they should not. They should have the right to inside trading. Inside trading. If I go do inside trading, I have a friend of mine somewhere and he gives me a tip, and I go invest the money, and I am found out, I'm going to prison for a long time. What is people are allowed to do this inside trading? There are people that go in broke, basically to be a congressman, and in a few years they have tens of millions of dollars, or not hundreds of millions of dollars, like Nancy Pelosi or somebody like people like that. So there should not be. There should be a law. The law is the same for everybody. In the Constitution, it says any law that they pass, it has to be affecting 100% of all the people in the United States, including them. They're not about the law. They shouldn't be about the law anyways. When they leave Congress, again, they should pay for their own Social Security. They should pay for their own health insurance, just like any other citizens. That's all. That's good. You know. Another thing that really bothers me is that Congress is using the Social Security money. Now, Social Security money that's collected from the people, it was not meant to be used for other projects. No, that money should be untouchable. The money in the Social Security fund should be untouchable and should be invested. Because just imagine, $1 million 50 years ago, what is it worth today if it was invested? 10, 20 times more than it was at the beginning. So that money can never be touched. It should be a crime. You should not be allowed to touch one single penny from Social Security. Because that's why it's going defunct now, because the money was wasted, given it away for no reason whatsoever, to illegals, to cheaters, to whatever. No, the Social Security money cannot be touched. It should be invested and put it right back. It should be invested, put it right back. We would have had billions of dollars now, if not $1 trillion since Social Security started. And for the same token, it should not be given. The Social Security should not be given to immigrants. Why should the immigrant get money? I know for a fact the people that come from Europe, they have sponsorship over here, and when they get here the very next day, forget the sponsorship. They go to Social Security and they collect Social Security. They get Medicare. They get everything. They give operations, and then just 2 years later, they go back to their own country and they still collect the Social Security for the United States. And their Social Security is not just peanuts. I know particularly this person that 15 years ago was getting $1,000 a month. And people that retire here, that make very little money, their Social Security is $500-600 a month. How can it be possible? A guy that was 40-50 years in the United States, pay taxes, pay Social Security, and get $400-500, and the person that comes straight from Europe over here, the next day they get $1,000 a month. It's insane. They should never get a penny. If you didn't put money in, you don't get money out. Period. That's all. End of discussion. Next, I would like to talk about Congress giving themselves raises. What human being, what normal citizens go get hired by a company and he gives himself raises? How does that work? They work for us. We should give them the raises. They cannot give themselves raises whenever they feel like it, okay? So any raise, they have to be brought to the president or somebody or put to vote. And the most it can be, it should be whatever the inflation is. Inflation is 3%, they get 3%. If inflation is 5%, 5%. Not more than that. Nobody gets more than that. Unless you perform way, way, way beyond the duty, which they don't, unfortunately. So that's another thing. Also, they seem to be living above the law. A lot of the laws that are there for us, they completely ignore. No, they're not above the law. Every single law is for every single citizen, and they should obey that. 100%, even more so than people in public. They should obey. They should remember that being a politician is not a right. Being a politician it's an opportunity, and it's an honor to be a politician, to serve the people, and should definitely not be a career. I mean, look at Congress today. How many guys are there for 20, 30, 40 years? What the hell is going on? These people have no idea the real life, what's going on in real life. They have no idea. So they have to really, really stick to 2 terms. 2 terms and out, go back to your private life, whatever you were a businessman or whatever you were before, okay? That's another thing, yeah. My personal feeling is that all politicians must be married and must have kids. And why do I say that? Because most of us are married with kids. So when they pass laws that affect us, married people with kids at home, they have to know what it's like. If not married, not kids, what do we know? You don't know anything. Okay? So must be married, must have kids, period. I mean, there are plenty good people out there to do the job. Don't have to pick up the guy that's not married and never been married or never had kids. No, you should be married and with kids. That's all. And then about term limits, I think that senators should have 2 terms, 4 years, not 2 terms or 3 terms, 6 years. No, 6 years is too long. And 6 and 6, if you have 2 terms, is 12 years. Is way too long, too long in there. And the House of Representatives should have 4 terms, 2 years. So I add up to 8 years, same as the senators. And why do I say that? Because the more you stay in there, the more power you gain. And some wise man once said,
power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Absolutely correct.
Very, very, very true. With that being said, please, 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 this book right here, it's a great read, full of insightful facts and practical solutions. We've made, this is I think our 5th video based on this book, so you can see from the videos there's just good stuff in here, very, very good stuff. So quotes. Please, not just famous quotes, everything. Yeah. So we have the quotes, we have the anecdotes, we have the facts right here, we have solutions. We don't just point fingers and say, I mean he doesn't just point fingers and say, oh, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. He also offers solutions, clear and practical solutions. Yeah. So please, 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 if you want to buy the book, which we really hope you do, please visit the link down in the description below that will take you to Amazon. You have the Kindle version, the hardcover, and the soft cover. Also, please, this channel is basically part of the book. It's everything that's in the channel is from the book. So please, 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 if you want to support us as a channel and help us grow, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please, please. Also like. and comment so that we can know how we can improve. What you guys would like to see. We're also thinking of covering some hot news later on, some recent news. So if you guys have any requests, please feel free to write.
Comment.
Also, please hit the little bell, hit the little notification button in the shape of a bell, so that you can know each time we post a new video. We will try every day, and at some point every other day. We'll tell you when. So with that being said, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you so much again. We thank you so much for watching and for already liking, and just the views help us very much. We saw you really liked our welcome to my YouTube video and about education video. So please, if you liked those, because we really saw you liked them, we had loads of views, loads of likes, please come back for more, because we promise all the videos, they're as good as those, and they're even getting better.
Very insightful.
Because we are learning from our experiences, so the videos will only get better and better.
And better.
Thank you so much for having me. Goodbye, and
back to me.
As always, MAGA.
Okay, on misinformation. I think that any misinformation by the politicians or by the news media should be severely punished by law. They are there to report the news, not make the news. Politicians are supposed to tell the truth. They're representing all of us. So when they lie to us, they lie to the whole country. They lie to the world. I know that, which is really, really bad. So misinformation should be absolutely outlawed. And every time they use it, it should be severely punished by a huge amount of money, and maybe the third time banned from politics or banned from the radio or TV or whatever it might be, including the social media. It should be truth only, absolute truth only, because that's what everybody wants. They don't want to be brainwashed. They don't want to be lied at. They want to know what's going on. So definitely they should be punished absolutely harsh for what they're doing. If you ever to say there's something that you think is wrong, then go to the FBI and let them investigate. But you tell the truth and tell what's going on now. Okay, so this today would be the part one. There's so much more to talk about. It might be part 2 and part 3. So please look out for the part 2 coming up in a day or two. And part 3. There's all kind of stuff that you don't see it every day. You don't see it. Nobody talks about it. It's like these politicians are gods or something. You know, nobody dares to attack them. Nobody dares to tell something bad about them. No, they're public servants who should have all the right to talk about it in public, in social media. If they're not doing their job and don't do their job right, then they should know. Period. Without reservation and without feeling bad or being scared. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us now through the 4 or 5 videos I put out. And we're going to have more and more. And one is more interesting than the other. And one more is insightful than the other. There's a lot of stuff that people don't realize. And I didn't realize until I started writing the book. And I started to research and research and research. And then I was totally blown away of how bad things are. Really bad things are, yeah. And hopefully President Donald Trump, I know, will make it better. He'll make it better, bring the country to greatness again, maybe better than ever. So with this said, thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video.